Okay, quick look through Monday's end of day closing screens. Pretty quiet day for me today. We're all ill in this house. Cheers, James. So I did a little bit more on the GTRS, and I'm pretty happy with it for the time being. There's a few other things I want to do, but I think it's time just to take a little break from straining my eyes and focus on the job at hand. So, quiet one tonight. Not many people in. Why's my Microsoft doing that? So, move up on the DAX today. Pretty much sideways action, which after a big move up is kind of a victory, isn't it? As we always say, after a big day, a sideways day. We've had a couple of big days on some of these. So, well, I mean, just look at it. It's 4% move, isn't it, on in 4 days? So, I think I've basically I've gone through. I've done a video this lunchtime, just going through the markets and having a quick look around. There's quite a bit more volume than I expected, actually. I thought it was going to be really quiet, but there was quite some movement out there. But I'll just jump straight into these screens tonight, and I won't drag it out too much and take up too much of your time. Let's see what gapped up again. I had to make myself a strong coffee just to get to the computer. Chrome security. This is an extremely small, thin stock. I'll punch it in for you, obviously. It's not in a viable area for me, but for anyone who did buy this breakout, they're probably interested in an update. Moving on. This is a lose less scenario and a tick up in the turnover, maybe acceleration in the turnover. Lost my CRDL. No. Solid year on year there. It's a story of turnover, is what we say there. Into the closing highs. How many were there? 62. Is that right? Yeah, 62, the same as Friday. So, quite a lot. I'm pretty sure I drew a red line on there. Yeah, I mean, this one's been trending for some time now, hasn't it? So as I always say, close above, open above, trade above. And it's got to trade above this level here. And it's closed above. Oh, if it opens above and trades above that level, that red line can go in there. Always for my, for my style. I'm always doing this for my price action stop. And that's where I would be wrong. If it does the little shuffle I want to see it do, trade above the previous level before it came back into mean trend. Moving on swiftly. Can I, has this one gone through? I could filter it out if it has. TIFFs, I'll just write that down. Just open a few of these the GTRS stocks. Right, banks. Doing well at the moment, aren't they? Investment trusts. BlackRock Energy and Resource Income Trust. Making out. Montanaro European Small Companies Trust. A few bases out there in those, isn't there? IMI kind of covered this today, let it break out strongly and it will hit the swing screens in the future for me. Impact, yeah, we've covered it to death. I'll just punch it in again. Technicals should be 100% on this one. In a perfect world, these are big. It's got huge comparative numbers. What does that mean? Well, profit before tax was 0.2 or 200k, and it jumped from 200k to 4.7 million, and it's expected to. Well, the forecast is 10.4 million. So that's why you can see a huge number, but it's still decelerating. It's, those comparable numbers. Forecast earnings breakout, profit breakout there. Quite obvious to see why it's trading at highs. There we go, we're just spinning. It's a £6 stock nearly. Excuse me. A small cap still and a medium float. And as soon as, there we go. As soon as the spreadsheet stops spinning, I'll move on. So, yeah, we've talked about this. I kind of compare it with TRT. You know the way I bought TRT? I bought TRT. Let's just say I bought TRT on a pullback, something like in here or here. And then in TRT's case, it just went sideways forever and a day. This has done like gone to the weekly, and it comes in nice and orderly, and then you get an outside up week there, and it actually builds what we call a base with supply there, and punches through it. This is the low, that is the left. So you can see it there, can't you? It's a nice little orderly level, and this pullback to here was my sort of, that's the day I would have been sort of buying, and it kind of worked out perfectly. If you go back to that day and find the screen grab, it will be on the 10th of the 12th. With the normal spread it would need towards a swing move, it kind of puts your stop under there, and we said if it moves above here, you can trail into here and add here. It might dip back in and base some more yet, so I'm not predicting it's just going to break out and off it goes into the future. But that's, staggering into those things. I know it's back to basics. I'm doing a little bit back to basics again. The job is to have risk management in place and not to get knocked out for like no reason. A little bit of noise knocks you out. You don't want that. I don't want that anyway, from my point of view. That's why I always show that method, buying a pullback, and obviously you can go in full or you can go in half, and because you can get your full position on. But it is, it's not a cheap stock, but you're not going to buy it and expect it to go to £30, are you? But it could do. It's you never know these things. But if you buy something, say what's 50p, it could easily go to £5. It's an easier sort of end of the market to catch those bigger moves is what I'm trying to say. Moving on. Don't quote me on any of that. Weir group. So what? One of the pullback entries. I'll draw a line in here. It's pinned. I'll try that again, eh? Let's move this over a bit. So obviously I don't want to confuse people too much because I'm 2, 3, 3, 4, 2, 3, 3, 4, because this is more of a swing stock, but it's not a GTRS stock. It's going up for other reasons, isn't it? It's, so it's doing okay. It's front running the prelims. Let's have a look. Pre-tax positive acceleration, turnover down a bit. So yeah, it's not punching on the GTRS, this one, but it's top 100 just because, that's what it takes just to. Stocks like this will get pushed off the top two sheets of the GTRS when better stocks sort themselves out, because this is pretty low in its gas. But as soon as it goes through its prelims, what I hear is a totally different playing field. So you have to remember that. But it's heading up towards a swing move up there. I bought it on a pullback. No opinions on it whatsoever, it just is. It's just a technical trade for me, that one. It's just a machine. Moving on. This is a lose less scenario as well, and the forward turnover's a bit light on this one, to be honest. So I'll just scroll on. CNC got another day 3 out of that news. It's not bad move at all, is it? CNC. And the last couple. Excuse me. And into the swing points. I'll fly through these and then I'll wrap it up. America comes back online tomorrow. We'll see what they want to do. There's hardly anything. There's 20 in the swing screens today. Not much to say about that one. Steady. Light on its forward turnover. Seascape Energy moving on. Expected to post a slither of turnover, this one is. Light on its forward numbers. Elco, I'll just punch this one in because I know it's been ridden by quite a few here. So It's on a good run, isn't it? This one climbed its way into the GTRS. It was a little bit lower down. I think, was it a return to growth or something when we first looked at it? Even at this base here, it's doing okay, isn't it? Take the log scale off so you can see the multiples of risk rather than the percent. Multiples of the risk are what are important. Doesn't really. I know retail seems to be obsessed by percent moves, but it's actually how much you've got riding on it what counts, isn't it? So that's all there is today. If I had to pick one good idea out of that today, I don't think I could do that. I didn't see anything, but obviously some good stocks in there, but some we're riding, but anything fresh, not today. Okay, cheers all.